Hello. Welcome to the Kickin In Crocs, the podcast.
Half our audience crashed, which is
That
basically
did
Anthony
not
Potts.
sound like Adele. Hi, I'm Dave. One half of Kickin In Crocs.
I'm Nick
That's
the Shadow
Steve.
Half.
He's not Adele.
Wasn't trying to be Adele.
Poor Anthony Potts right now is swerving off.
I wasn't trying to be
He's
Adele.
just downing his 40-inch, 40-ounce cup of coffee right now.
40
It's
ounces.
40 inch coffee.
Oh,
It
no.
comes in like almost like a shot glass.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, just a straight
Yeah.
tube.
It's
Have
one
you
of
ever
those.
been to the clubs where they used to give you the shots?
No.
in tubes?
So when we went on
Yes.
our honeymoon,
I've seen that.
When,
Yeah,
when we
seen
went
that.
on our honeymoon, the one day
the
we
show
spent,
started.
the one day we
It did.
spent, the one day we spent in Vegas, you get those big, you get the slushy drinks, and it's
Yes.
like a thin, and it's just got the little like bulb in the
Yes,
bottom.
Yes. Yep.
And people walk around with them off
Are
around
those
Vegas.
called like the yards? Is that those are?
Is that what? Yeah, I think
I
that's
think
what.
so,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they're as long as a yard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's why,
like a bulb in the top and the bottom,
yeah.
and then you
And
just
then in the
walk
middle
around.
is like a tube, almost
Yeah,
like
a
a
tube.
tube.
That's
Yep.
what made me think of like he's driving around with coffee in one of those things. Like,
I
Uh-oh,
love
uh-oh.
it. I love it. I told you. As soon as I sit.
Yeah,
and
just so you guys know,
I think we
Nick
still-
is not sick. He just has this
Oh
lingering
my gosh, I can't.
cough.
Kelsey, do we still have our little thing from Vegas, the yard thing that we had the slushy in?
The yard for drinking.
We got to find that.
We gotta start abusing that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, if you
So
find
anyway-
it, bring it on. But yeah, and
This is why Kelsey needs her own little mic on the side.
we were talking earlier, Steve. Right? So back, when I used to go dancing at different clubs way back in the day, they did have clubs. They used to
They
serve
were called
shots.
discos.
Yeah, discotheques.
No, so they were called speakeasies.
They would serve shots in almost like what you would say is a medicine tube. Like that's what it would look like. So they'd come around with the rack you'd have,
yeah.
and you just pull them out the different colors, green, purple,
Interesting.
whatever, and have the shots. It was good. I mean, I wouldn't
Tonight
partake
on
in such
Drinking
things.
with
Aye.
Crocs.
She said no.
Yes. She's got it somewhere.
She's got it
doesn't know
somewhere.
Where? it
Yeah,
is,
100%.
You know.
Her being Irish, yeah, she's got it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Welcome
Without a
to
doubt.
Drinking in Crocs.
Another segment that we have to do now. My God,
Let's do it.
so
I
many
like it.
subsegments.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I was talking with you guys a little bit earlier around, like some of our old favorite action movie stars.
Like the fights tomorrow?
Yes. We can go into that too. We can let
No.
transition it.
Let's we can talk
These
about
are
it.
two very
Well,
different
what's the-
topics that will be
what's the
discussed
new-
tonight.
What's the new fighting thing that's out there? It's not super new, but it's newer now. The karate one. It has the title. is-
Karate
Karate
Combat.
Combat?
Karate Combat. Yeah.
Stephen
I'm getting mad
Wonderboy
at them,
Thompson
though.
and GSPs and
Because
Bas
the
Rutten's
last couple
venture.
of events have been like
They're stopping
more
them
just
early?
like no more like just fighting, like trash talk and like all the stuff that they weren't about when they first started,
Hmm.
and now they're like
you mean the entertainment part of it? They call it right, almost like.
Well,
the
yeah,
smack
but-
talk,
is it
smack
because
talk?
they started allowing it, or is it because these fighters that are in
no,
there are just
because
starting
now
to
they're
do
signing people that are just regular fighters, like
Oh, that
guys.
they do
yeah,
that now,
Yeah,
right?
that are not like
But do they have
from a
when
karate
do they have
background?
the time to talk during the fight? They're doing it, or
wait. Is that like anything else? Weigh-ins, post
Press
fight,
conferences.
got it?
Yeah, just like usual.
But are they treating it like an early UFC where they're not all in the same? Like
No, they
fully
do, they do,
trained,
they
like
do.
get
They have
the
weight classes.
styles?
They have weight classes. I mean, well, it's karate combat, but they have a Muay Thai people. They have MMA guys. They sign anybody.
See, that's the problem.
That's cool, though. I like that.
No,
But
I
then
don't.
why have karate? Because the original
don't
intent
like
of
it.
karate combat was to have
just karate style
like
fighters.
karate. Yeah,
It was
then
very niche. It was very niche. Which, you know what? Okay, it would have been a smaller audience. Maybe it wouldn't make as much money as they would have wanted.
You
But
said two horrible things right now.
I know.
For any business owner,
I know.
you're like it'll be smaller and make
No,
less
no,
money.
but it was
We're not doing
it was distinguished differently because it had
It was very
uh,
niche.
So the way they
Very
work,
niche
they work
audience.
actually on like a how do I describe it? I'm
Like,
not
I
even
was
sure.
totally into it.
I'm not even sure I understand exactly how it works, but it works with an NFT stock style system where
Oh,
like
God.
you buy it into the thing and then they take a vote across everybody that owns an NFT on rule changes or like they
Well, that's not
added
good.
they added knee strikes.
Okay.
Knee strikes weren't allowed. They added knee strikes. They're gonna vote on like
So everyone's basically going to turn this into
Elbows.
Now
MMA.
this one has shots to the head.
Yes.
oh yeah.
But is it closed fist or open fist?
Closed.
Close
It
fist.
is,
No,
okay.
the only thing that wasn't allowed, there's no groundwork.
Oh, okay.
There's
Got
no
it.
so if it goes to the ground, you get 5 seconds of ground and pound, then you got to get up.
So basically, what these people are all turning it into is kickboxing combat.
Oh,
pretty
I
much.
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that makes
it's
sense.
all these extra things being added
which is
that weren't there.
fine. But I'm waiting for them to start adding like
I kind of want more
Flying elbow.
karate.
they did do a grappling event, which was pretty cool. They did it separate from
the karate.
the karate, so it was just a grappling event. But what was neat about it is they do it. You know, they have their pit set up like it's pretty unique like ring they fight in. It's
Yeah, the half walls on an angle. that
so the
go
half
up.
walls on an
Yeah,
angle.
it's like a
And
pit in the floor.
people actually
Yeah.
really liked it for grappling. So like Craig Jones, who's competing with ADCC,
And
tournament
why?
wide.
So why is he like?
so they did he because most of the bigger grappling tournaments take place on a stage.
okay.
So if you get too close to the side, they have to stop the action and pull you
Oh,
back
here you
in.
work up
so
the
you don't
edges
so
of
you
the
don't
floor.
go off.
It's kind of
the
like a
thing.
Coliseum style effect, so everybody can
then-
still see you really easily, but you're down there. You don't got to stop
And
the
it
action.
does, and the slanted walls do provide. If you are in a retreat, if you're particularly grappling,
you
Craig
can-
Jones is describing
you
it
can go
because
up the wall,
he
right?
really liked the setup. And he's like he's pushing for his tournament to use something like it
Hmm.
because he's like, if you're retreating a lot, it's to your detriment because the wall makes it easier for you to get taken down if you're on the back pedal.
Mm.
So it kind of forces you to not retreat a lot.
Without them
so-
stopping the action.
It's an interesting, yeah,
Nice.
it's an interesting setup. I like the layout for it. It's different than a cage. Like it takes away the ability, like, for people to use the cage to get up because the wall actually makes it a little bit harder to get up
Yeah,
the
because
way
it's
it's
angled
slanted.
back. Yeah, it actually can give them an advantage
Yeah.
to mount. Or
Exactly.
Whatever, maybe, yeah, that's interesting. But there was no striking. Obviously, that was a straight up grappling event. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Uriah Faber just won a combat jiu-jitsu match, which I was like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're
I
seeing a
didn't
lot
even
of
know
the
he was
MMA
still-
fighters moving into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I didn't know he was still competing. You're
not
right.
in MMA, but
Yeah.
combat jiu-jitsu. He did a combat jiu-jitsu like match,
That's
which is
cool.
like right up his alley because it's so combat jiu-jitsu's jiu-jitsu with open hand strikes.
Oh, that's
So you can smack and hit and Eddie Bravo.
the Bravo thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Ted Planet thing. I was just gonna say. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you still have the
How are you
slapping.
liking that? Because I know initially you weren't 100% sold on it yet. Are you liking?
No,
that
on
now?
combat jiu-jitsu, I was
Yeah.
100% sold on that.
He liked it.
Were you okay? I
Yep.
thought for some reason I thought you.
No,
weren't
bare
sold on
knuckle,
it.
I'm not sold on. Bare knuckle boxing,
No.
no, I'm not sold on that.
Hmm.
Combat jiu-jitsu, I love. I like it better than regular because you can.
Yeah, hit
it
'em
takes
when you're
away
up
a lot of like.
Just sitting there
Yeah,
in a position
yeah,
all day.
Because you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah, now you're getting hit. Yeah. Oh, cool.
And you
We
can.
have-
I mean, you can generate lots of force on a smack.
Oh yeah, we watched the UFC. Or not UFC, but Dana
Well,
White smack.
good old
contest.
Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I mean, Boss Rutan made his whole career in they open
Palm
palm.
strikes.
Yeah. But
In
anyway.
Japan, he would do that, right? Or China,
Yeah, oh yeah,
Japan,
yeah.
right?
Because the rules you couldn't.
Yeah, here you could. Yeah, right.
No, I think the early rules when it was in Pride, I think it was Pride where you couldn't punch.
Couldn't punch. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I mean, so let's do that first then. So what fights?
Well,
we got
I
tomorrow?
mean, I'm
Yeah,
good
what
with
fight
with,
we-
with
fights we got
I'm good with
tomorrow?
the.
No,
We can talk about because I mean McGregor was just in a Roadhouse.
I didn't see it. so
I didn't watch it yet
know.
either, but that's an old school movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's a remake of an old school.
Well, okay, so
it's a second remake, right? 'Cause there was
Second
two,
remake?
Yes.
So we were
Yeah, I
deciding-
asked you about it a couple times.
Well,
every-
who was in the first?
The original.
Was Swayze the first?
is that a second remake? I thought there was only one.
No, there was
Because
another
Patrick
one.
Swayze was the.
Yeah, there was another one after that.
No, I don't think so.
Guys, okay, maybe not.
So you are
Could
the
be
young
right. Could be
Jamie.
right. I
They
thought there was
talked
another
about- no, no,
Roadhouse
they
series,
talked
but
about
maybe not
doing-
the movie Roadhouse.
They talked about Ronda Rousey being in a Roadhouse and then she lost the role.
I thought one of the girls from the old show Charmed, the redhead, was in a Roadhouse.
Oh man, I don't know. That's news to me. And if so, I'm going to find this series.
I guess. Sure.
I'll look at it. Keep
Yeah,
chatting.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
keep chatting.
So
Am I in frame?
So
Can you
on
tell if I'm in
Wednesday-
frame?
You're not. That's the people who are still paying attention.
yes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, this is you. I'm touching you. There.
Thanks.
The Wednesday, Steve and I get together. We always have, he comes over for dinner and we watch a show. We've been
Ah,
watching.
yes.
So the original was Patrick Swayze, 1989.
Yes.
I think we'll keep going. I'm just giving you
So
some
we
updates
watch.
as I find
We just finished up Brother Son,
We did.
which was amazing. Which we've talked
We
about this.
did.
And then
Good ending too.
what were we watching after that?
House of Ninja.
Oh, I did finish
No, we-
seeing
we-
Brother
we
Son,
watched-
so we could have that.
You finished
conversation.
watching it?
So we watched.
Still my favorite character, Blood Boots. I was so upset.
Yeah,
so
it was a good
good.
show,
upset.
right?
He's so good.
Yeah, there was a lot of twists. towards
There
the
really
end.
needs
That
to be a
was
second
cool.
season there, and I'm
What-
so mad there's not.
There's
What are you
gotta
doing
be-
over there, Netflix?
There's
Hey
gotta
man,
be a
listen. The way they
renegotiation
ended it was
there.
great. The way they ended it was very
But,
good. I almost don't want there to be a second season.
So we watched The Brother
just
Son.
that they
do.
keep
We-
the ending the
no,
way
I
that
want
it
to know
is.
what happens. So we watched The Brother Son, and then we watched Invincible. We caught up on Invincible. We finished the last couple of episodes
Okay.
That's
that,
what it was.
that
Yeah.
we were owed.
Did they finish the second season? Like,
Yeah,
was-
that
Second
season's
season's
The
done,
Third
season 3 is
season's not
coming up,
gonna.
yeah.
It's gonna be much quicker.
okay.
But
Baby
so we
Driver.
needed something to watch. So because Superman and Lois and what is it?
My Adventures.
My
with
Adventures
Superman.
with Superman starts up this week.
Tonight.
Okay.
Actually, no, not tonight. 2 days ago.
It started 2 days ago. Time travel. So so in the interim, we're like,
And
what
I
do we?
apologize. It was grind. It was not Roadhouse. It was another movie.
So-
it had a similar name, and I don't want to say it all out. It was that movie. Right?
Oh yes.
Sorry, my bad.
So we were debating what to watch, and we've been talking about watching this House of Ninjas, which is on Netflix.
Yes, I saw that. I didn't see the show yet. But I
So we
saw it.
watched the first episode.
We did.
Any good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually,
I'm
it was-
invested.
Yeah.
Now is it like the movie Ninja? The
What?
one where
There's a
not
movie
No,
for
it's
House
based
of
off of
Ninja?
nothing.
Oh,
It's based off of nothing. Because we looked that up because he was like, "Is this based off an anime too?" And it's like, I don't think
It had
so.
that vibe. It had that.
So I
feel.
looked. I
Really?
googled it, and
It did.
no, it's not based off of. It's an original.
What is it? 45-minute episodes?
Just about.
Yeah, just about. I want to say.
I think the
'Cause
first
we were
episode was
debating.
longer.
I actually offered to because we were watching. We were like, we just needed something to watch in the interim. I said we could watch one of the old school movies. Like he's never seen the original Ninja Turtles. I said we could watch that, and then
You still haven't seen the original?
we've talked
Ninja
about it.
Turtles?
And he's
We
like,
talked
we,
about that.
he goes, we
No, by
can't.
now you haven't seen it?
He goes, we can't because Nick needs to watch it with us. So
Oh,
That's why we
nice.
didn't.
We could watch
I
that.
said that Nick would probably want to be there.
That's
I
what he
would.
said.
That is a phenomenal movie. House of Ninjas. That's what you're watching now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll catch up.
we're on one episode.
I have
Only,
that on
only
my
one
list.
episode in.
Remember what he said about? Oh yeah, I'll catch up to you guys when he was going to watch Blue Eyed Samurai. And
Yeah,
he just
I
went and
watched
watched the entire
We
show.
we haven't
Oh,
watched it
we
yet.
didn't
watch
Well,
the
Steve's not
entire
into
Still
it.
haven't?
No, I'm going to watch it without him. He's not into it.
I'm not into it anymore.
It didn't catch
Yeah,
him.
it didn't catch me.
All right, it was pretty good. I liked it. I thought, and it gets a lot more exciting towards the end. Like, so you should have kind of
So-
stuck in
so
for
the
it. It was a
slow
slow
burn.
burn, yeah.
So the problem with action heroes is our action heroes are going to be very different than his action heroes because different
That's not a
time
problem.
frames.
That's great because we
yes.
can compare them. Do you even have action heroes in your time frame?
Yeah.
What do you got? Nobody.
Who do you
No
get?
one.
What do you
There's
got?
Bruce
Don-
Willis, Jason Statham. I'm not even going to
Is
bother
that
saying
considered
the Rock.
your time frame? I guess.
I mean, he's still
Well,
coming out
Jason
with movies.
Statham
Yeah.
was
Bruce
he's-
Willis. No way.
Yeah, man.
well
Die Hard.
I mean, he's
But when
definitely-
you were born, what were we? Die Hard 80 already by then?
So
yeah. Well, Jason Statham did. I feel like
He's a
because-
little bit later. Like I feel like he started his.
Well,
career
he was in other films, but he wasn't like the main dude.
Yeah.
And then he became the main dude. What's the one where like he's got the adrenaline, he can't stop moving, he's got the.
I didn't see that one.
That's a good one.
But that's no different than most of them. Like even Jackie Chan was in how many Bruce Lee movies before he was actually a main actor himself. Jackie Chan was a side character for a while.
yep.
I think that the Transporter. Jason Statham made it with the Transporter.
Was that his big debut?
I mean, no, he was in. I mean, he was in.
No, but I think that's the
That
one
was
that
that
stood out.
That's what it stood out as him being the main guy because he was in the Italian Job.
he was.
He's one of the guys in the
Italian
Italian Job.
I have not
Um,
heard of that movie. What is
That's a
this
really good
about?
movie. It's a bank heist
You've
movie.
never seen the Italian Job?
No, but it sounds right
It's-
up my alley.
it's
It's,
good.
Italian.
100% the reason why I can't watch that movie and then drive my car because there's a big
Yes, his
Mini
Coops.
Cooper chase
Oh,
scene.
yes, and it's an awesome scene. by
And the Italian
way.
Job is a remake.
Yeah.
Kelsey just said she's seen the Italian Job, and for those of you that
And you
don't know,
sat through the whole thing?
oh, the Italian Job's amazing.
Did she fall asleep during it?
No,
Never mind.
Oh.
my for those of you that don't understand, my wife does not watch movies or television or generally as into pop culture as I am. She's the opposite for the most part. It's amazing that we have things in common.
but
she'll
she'll watch baseball.
Did you see? Did I send you the Italian workout yet?
Yes,
I
yeah, you sent it
today?
to me.
What?
Did I, right? Did
You sent it to
I
me.
sent it to you too. Check in Instagram. It's
Well, he
hilarious.
can't check his Instagram
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
It's
But-
funny.
You ever see the dude that hits the heavy bag with pizza?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man, he's
You
like,
said you were going to send that to him.
I didn't send that to him.
I guess not.
Jinx.
So he's hitting a heavy bag with dough.
Oh, he does all sorts of things with this dough. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
But,
funny. I love it.
Yes, I would agree. Jason Statham. I like Jason Statham.
No, the big one for me is like, was he an action star? Or was he more of like just like a complete phony? Is Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal
Since
right now
early-
is the greatest comedy research I've ever had. Because any interview you see him in,
Did you
for
see the
one reason or
AI
another-
that came out like last week? That somebody had an AI generated Steven Seagal,
No,
and it's him
really?
with like seagull wings and like a beak nose.
No, I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
Is he doing anything, or is he just kind of hanging out?
No, he's like in a pose.
Oh, he's in like a karate pose
yeah,
of some
yeah.
kind.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
he's such an interesting guy because
Oh yeah, he's like popular globally. Somehow.
He is the first non-Japanese
Japanese,
person
yeah.
to run a dojo in Japan, Aikido.
Yeah, Aikido, yep.
So he's very good at Aikido as that style. It's just questionable if that style is useful or
With
not.
anything, I
Yeah.
know. And it's really tough.
There's
too,
aspects of it that are
because-
useful.
Well, it's tough because what you see are his demonstrations, right? Where the guys are set to
Yeah.
fall to protect themselves, right? And
Right.
To get hurt wrists or ankles, or elbows or whatever, maybe or shoulders. So it looks like every time he basically just touches someone, they fall to the ground.
Well, I mean,
right?
I don't know if you've ever seen Aikido in person.
I have
I've gone to a couple of
good and bad.
my nephew's father. No, I don't even want to call him that. My Dominic's real biological father doesn't exist.
Mhm.
When they were still together, he was an Aikido practitioner. So I went to a couple of his
That
tests.
explains a lot.
And interesting, interesting. And then Mike, who I used to kickbox with, still kickboxing, but he used to support his school with an Aikido practitioner.
Oh, okay.
And, he asked one day, well, what do you do if somebody doesn't commit to the punch? Because it really relies heavily on a committed punch.
Punches, yeah.
And he goes, oh, we just keep, backing up and waiting for that committed punch to come. And you're like,
wall comes first.
the problem with that is if somebody has training, they're not going to overcommit to that punch.
Yeah, they're not going to overcommit. They're going to jab you out until they're ready to knock
It's
you
like, and like that's why we teach one step versus sparring technique. Because in one step, they're committed to the punch and maybe less trained.
It's a wild,
then-
more go get 'em type of hit, and then in sparring, it's an actual like.
out. I mean, one step is an overly exaggerated version of a haymaker. Like
well,
what it
that's a
is.
committed. That's a committed punch. When
Yeah.
you take that step into it, you've committed
Yep.
to that punch. So, like Mike will always describe it as committed and non-committed.
Hmm.
So, non-committed punch means you're not taking that forward step, leaning into it.
Yep. And there's moments for both of them. Like there's times
correct.
where the committed punch actually makes sense. So.
And that's where one step comes to play. But
Yep.
there's aspects of Aikido that work well, but as a whole, I don't know. You ever see that guy Rojas, or the guy that does on YouTube? He did the self-defense championships.
I have not seen it.
Sensei Seth and all those guys, Icy Mike, you know all those guys that you follow.
I know all the guys talking about.
So they did a whole self-defense competition that he set up. It's actually
Okay.
a really fun
thing
watch.
for us to do too.
Oh, cool.
It's full-on self-defense championships.
Nice.
Anyway, that guy's whole YouTube channel is based on he used to run an Aikido school,
Hmm.
and then it was him realizing not what he thought it was going to be, and he tried to enter he went to an MMA gym and it didn't work for him, and so his whole martial arts journey is now, and he became an MMA fighter and does Muay Thai, and now he can blend some of his Aikido into what he does, but it was his whole journey through the thing.
Well, even like the wrist manipulations and all those things, they are very difficult if someone is restraining against. Like if someone is aware of it, like somewhat like if you're in a one-on-one combat situation where they're already tensed up, good luck trying to put someone into some type of wrist manipulation. They have to be
Weakened out, yeah. You have to
moving
strike.
with it. It really doesn't work well.
A lot of momentum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They have to not know it's
interesting.
coming. They have to
Yeah.
not.
It's either that or you have to be able to size them out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I know Mike has hit someone in the jail with it and restrained it pretty well, but you have to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Aikido's an interesting one, but so he had some good movies though.
What movies have we had? I've never made it through one full Steven Seagal movie.
I
Ever.
can tell you, he's got one
They're
really.
all exactly the same.
No, there's one really
He's a
good
cop of some kind.
one. No.
Every time.
I'll tell you the best. My opinion.
I'm gonna give
best.
you a Seinfeld. Every time.
No. Best Steven
He's
Seagal
always a
movie.
cop.
My personal favorite. Best Steven Seagal movie. Under Siege.
That's the only. Okay, fine.
Under Siege.
But that's you know why? Because the only movie out of all of them that's actually different.
Yeah.
The only,
It is the only one
honestly,
that's
I
actually
completely
different.
forgot about
Have you
it.
ever seen Under Siege?
No.
It's my
Alright.
dad's favorite too. So
Okay, I'll give you that one.
he's like a retired Navy SEAL or whatever, but he's on a boat. He's just a chef, and that's the line throughout the whole movie is, who is this guy? I'm just
He's
a
just
chef.
Yeah.
But he's like, the ship gets taken over, and he single-handedly takes out everybody on the ship. But
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. It
I'm
was
just
done.
I'm just a chef. I'm just a cook. I'm just that's the whole.
Now he has that more recent, not that recent, but more recent movie where it's like him against like Mike Tyson. Did you see that scene?
I did
Oh,
not, but that's
it
amazing.
is comedy of comedies. You have to watch it. It's funny because they even have the Ip Man, third movie where it's Bruce Lee's instructor versus Mike Tyson's character. But in the movie where it's Steven Seagal versus Mike Tyson's character in like a daytime bar scene.
Well, he's the guy that plays Ip Man.
hilarious.
What's his name? I can't think of it now.
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
Who's
He's
awesome.
making.
Love
He, I
Donnie
mean,
Yen.
this is his time now.
No, if anything, he's towards the tail end of it.
He's towards the tail, but I mean,
he's
he's like the two.
killing it
Yeah,
since
but
the initial Ip
for the
Man.
but for the 2010s
Yeah,
and on, you know what I mean? Like that's been his because like
yeah, he's
so we had Steven
crazy
Seagal,
talented.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Van
Van
Damme
Damme-
was the guy.
He made such good.
Everyone's like, I gotta look like that guy.
He made some great movies.
You know,
which
you tried Split Between Chairs.
Oh yeah, of course.
Every martial artist.
He made it famous.
Tried it.
I know I wouldn't be able to do it. So
Oh, I was able to do it.
That's great for you
Oh,
there,
yeah.
sir. Good
So
for
you have,
Oh yeah.
but then somewhere along the way, I remember it was like I want to say high school or like early college where Jet Li made his breakthrough.
Yeah, I was early. It was late high school. Jet Li. Yeah.
Yeah, Jet Li was like the man, and then he remade a couple of Bruce Lee movies.
I think what was crazy with Jet Li is that they didn't try to hide his height as an actor.
No,
Like,
yeah, not at all.
Like
That's good.
you knew he was small.
Good.
Where a lot of the other ones they try to bring in people of like height or they use different trickery. No, they're like this is a small.
he made some
dude.
good movies
Oh,
too.
yeah. And he didn't do all of the what I liked about all these guys were mentioning. Right, they didn't do too much heavy wire work.
Yeah.
Donnie Yen does a lot of it now, like loads of it.
Well, he's getting up there.
Yeah. Well, it's also the demand of the movies. He's in almost like anime style movies a lot. But yeah, Jet Li did not do a lot. And
Not a lot,
Not in
no.
the beginning, and he looked great. Oh, he's talented. He's another crazy talent. And again, Jackie Chan, fan. of Jackie
when
Chan.
he came out too, I remember Rumble in the Bronx, like was
Great
the first one that
movie.
really hit American shores. Like
And then
in
Drunken
the,
Master.
in the. I mean, he had other ones that hit American shores,
Yep.
but the one that showed up in the movie theaters was Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah.
That was the first one that was like in theaters where you went and you saw Rumble. I loved Rumble in the Bronx.
My favorite.
My
is
mom used to make fun of me for watching it all the time when it came out on a.
Oh, stop! It was so good. I like even that now they show the meme with like the actor and their stunt double, and it's just Jackie Chan in an empty chair.
Yeah,
I love it. And if you Rumble in the Bronx was no different. At the end of every movie, they show him doing the stunts.
Yeah.
Right. So you'll
Well, they
see
show
him,
the
like, jump
bloopers.
off
They show all the
yeah.
bloopers, and
Like he
every time he
jumps off
fails.
the dock and like twist his ankle and onto a boat and.
Well, he broke his foot on that one.
Yeah,
And
that
Yep.
was his
They
foot.
showed
Yeah,
you,
he did break it, right?
because they put on
Yeah.
they had the cast and they put the rubber sneaker over it that looked like his
Yes.
other sneaker.
And it was
Yep.
like huge,
Still did
but
it.
They
Yep.
Oh, it was so funny. Or the scenes where like he's trying to throw a box and like kick through it. He gets
God,
stuck
now I
in
want to
it.
watch Rumble in the Bronx. tonight.
It's good. Have
I
you seen
gotta-
it?
Oh my God, Rumble in the Bronx is
so
amazing.
Good, so good.
Hey, if you're going back to like anywhere past like 2005, I probably haven't seen
This is why we got to initiate our movie night where we got to educate this young
it.
man.
Or something else.
like it.
Here's what I want to do. I'm going to create a bracket of
Okay.
a whole bunch of martial arts action movies,
All right.
and then what you guys can
What?
do is because I'll probably won't have seen most of them probably, but what you guys can do is we can just do like a tournament style vote through to see which will be the
But you have to
best
watch.
one. I don't know. No, I'll be the. That'd be this will be for you.
No,
guys.
you have to watch.
I'm
them.
not going to be watching that many movies in
Oh
one
my
week.
God! Yeah, we got to do. Well, no,
we have
no.
plenty of time.
We have
Let's
time
watch it.
now.
But I was going to do this for next week.
All right. Well, you can do that, but
We can introduce the bracket next week.
right.
Yes, and then you guys can also do it.
But
next week.
we still have to do a segment where we
Well, yeah, I'm
you
not saying we're
watch
not
the
going to do that at
movie.
all. I'm just saying next week I'm going to have a bracket, and then you guys can decide what the best martial
and
arts action
We're still
movie
gonna
is.
do one where you watch a movie.
Yes.
Oh man, we
I'm
got
in
so
for
much
that.
to watch.
I like Universal
for that.
Soldier, even though it wasn't a kung fu movie. I liked the movie.
I was never a huge fan of that one.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I liked. I like Dolph Lundgren as a bad guy. I mean,
He plays a good bad guy.
He holds my heart from Rocky IV. So
Man,
it's tough to let him
yeah,
go.
but growing up, he was He-Man.
It wasn't.
He was He-Man. He was live action He-Man.
That movie was horrible.
In the bad.
Oh
yeah.
man,
That
dare you.
movie was
How dare you,
horrible.
sir?
I
How
wa-
dare you?
How dare you? I grew up on He-Man. I get it.
So did I.
He was a joke.
I don't know. From
It
what I've
wasn't
heard,
colorful.
from
You
what
didn't
I've
have any
heard,
of the characters.
No, it definitely
don't
was
know,
not
man.
colorful.
No, the
The,
Skeletor was the only close to decent character.
I
The
don't
only
know,
one.
man. I've only heard bad things about that.
It was because it was a horrible movie.
I only heard bad things.
They didn't have any of the traditional
No, they
characters
didn't have any
at
of that.
all.
That was bad.
Come on.
He
Oh
was
my
good at it
God.
though. I would cast him again.
It was more like
I would cast him again.
Flash Gordon. Is that the name?
Flash.
They were
Gordon.
almost trying to make a He-Man version of Flash Gordon. That's what I was waiting for, but with the sword, right? With He-Man's sword.
So
And I'm
what
like,
was so like? What did you
By the
watch?
power of grace.
What got you? What were your
Oh.
action movies?
What?
What pulled you in?
For what?
And then,
like,
what
were-
if
what
you were
you-
to say?
I was
a
never
top-
really an action movie guy.
Never.
What?
Well, I've
It
seen some
explains-
action
So what?
movies,
What
but
are your
That
movie?
explains the intro.
So what were your movie genres?
Superhero, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Rom com.
Harry
Rom com.
Potter.
So,
No.
I
so
love
what was
rom-coms.
like your
You like
first
rom-coms.
superhero movie? Like stood out for you?
First superhero movie? Oh God.
The Avengers.
No, it
No,
can't
no,
be.
no,
it
No,
wasn't
no,
that
no,
one.
no.
It wasn't that one. No, it was. Oh shoot! I'm trying to think back to the
Batman
first one I
Returns.
seen.
Miss Marvel.
No, it was Green Lantern. I think it was the first time I went to see in theaters.
Oh, with Ryan
So you
Reynolds.
basically started and ended your movie career. In
Listen,
one
man,
go.
I think the Green Lantern's as bad as
That's
people
when I
made
was
it out
old
to
enough.
No,
be.
it was.
that's when I was
It was
actually
as bad.
It came out when I was old enough to go see movies like that. in
They
theaters.
messed
that's
up.
when that was the first one. Like The Dark Knight came out before I was old enough to go see it in theaters.
They
I went to
messed
see
up.
Dark Knight Returns in theaters.
Good movie too.
I went to see
Really
that
good,
one.
great movie.
They
Yeah.
messed up.
Could have been better, but yeah.
The Green Lantern. Like they didn't do enough with the cores. Like
Enough
like,
what?
With the core, like the people.
They botched several
His
things.
training
The
sequence,
first thing, the
yeah.
biggest thing that stands out to me.
He
and
wasn't.
I-
If he was able to be, I'm sorry.
It's
finish
okay.
your
It's
sentence. First
okay.
thing to stand out for you. Go ahead.
I didn't know this till after the fact. Because after I first watched it, I was like, yeah, that's a great movie. Wow. And then I read some Green Lantern comics.
Oh, yeah.
Parallax was done completely wrong.
Oh yeah, 100%
What
wrong.
a joke. Yeah.
Parallax was done completely wrong. That is not what Parallax was. That was not it at all.
Green Lantern was growing up. My dad loved the Green Lantern,
Mhm.
so it was like always
I
a thing
think
in
the
our
suit,
household.
the suit was, they could have done so much better with the suit.
Should have just gave him a suit.
They should have just given him a real suit.
I know they were going for the energy thing.
they were,
by
but-
CGI in it. But
Listen, you can still have him create the suit from his
Yep.
ring because that's how it always was.
Yep.
But don't make the entire thing CGI.
Yep.
What are you doing? I do remember
Listen, if
liking.
Power Rangers could do it, they should have been able to do it.
I do remember liking. I liked the look of the ring. I thought his constructs, like, I don't know, it just didn't remind me of the. See, I had watched the Justice League cartoon before I watched that movie,
Mhm.
and it just it didn't seem the same to me.
For me,
Just
I
wasn't
feel
the
like they
same.
didn't let him give Hal Jordan a personality, a real Hal Jordan personality, right? Which they had the right actor for it.
They
just
did.
didn't have the right script for it.
He was a little bit too. See,
He
honestly, I
wasn't
hate-
surprised.
I
when he
hate
would have
saying
been
this.
surprised. He wasn't engaging
He
and
should
funny.
have.
He was funny.
Honestly, he should have had a little bit more Deadpool to him.
Yeah,
I'm
some
not gonna
sarcasm.
lie.
There should have been some
I thought they-
sarcasm
and they
some
rushed-
like awe.
They
to it.
rushed the whole like
ending.
before that, like his whole train, like when they introduced Kilowog and
Yeah,
like,
they
God.
kind of skipped a
Kilowog
lot of
looked
training
good, but they
scenes.
rushed through it. Yeah.
Kilowog was, I thought, was one of the best characters
he
they
was
did.
good
in that
looking.
movie.
Yeah, they did a good
That was
job.
and they sounded perfect too. Never let you go down, Pooza.
Yeah,
I was
they
like, oh
did.
my god,
Yeah,
that's Kilowog.
that's the only good part of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it wasn't a great movie, but you saw, which is that's cool.
That was the first like superhero movie I got to see in theaters.
So which one was your first superhero movie, I guess, or movie that like stood out for you? Like I really like this one.
Oh man, did Avengers come out before Dark Knight Returns? I'm trying to remember.
While you're
Oh.
thinking, yours.
superhero movie.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I know we're gonna go very different.
Oh man. I mean, the original Batman was amazing with Michael
Okay.
Keaton, like
Yep,
way
it was
back.
good.
I liked it. Didn't see it till later.
I mean, Jack Nicholson was so good.
Oh my God.
The,
original Joker.
very-
The
good.
original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire at the time. So not knowing, at the time I was like, okay, Not bad because I saw it in college. I remember.
Isabella,
going to see it in
that's her
theater.
favorite Spider-Man still today. Is Tobey Maguire.
Interesting.
Yep.
I remember seeing it in the theater. I went,
Huh.
okay, that was because it was a good superhero movie, like aesthetically, barring the fact that he didn't quip or but it was still like, wow, okay, that was a Spider-Man movie, and he was swinging, and it was like, okay.
I liked the original Superman movies. I did like them. I
Oh,
thought
I did like all the
Yeah.
original. I liked
I watched the first one.
I liked Superman 1, the original Superman. Superman 2 was my favorite when they introduced Zod.
Yes.
And
Such a
then
great movie.
Superman 3 was a little bit weird
with the gold, the
with
electric guy.
no. That
Oh,
was Superman
four?
4.
What was 3? Which one was 3?
3 was the one with the giant supercomputer that Richard Pryor.
Oh, that one came weird. It almost reminded me of like a Michael Jackson, like a
Yes.
thriller.
And then the fourth one is when
Moonwalker
they
thing.
added Solar Man or whatever.
He
his
was
name
actually pretty
was.
cool as a bad guy.
Yeah.
But I like the second one the best too. I like Zod.
Yeah, when they had Zod and they brought Zod in.
The actor was good. Like the actors for Zod was
Here's
done
what
well for
always
back
interested
then.
me. I did go back. I had, when I was younger, I only watched Superman 1. Didn't watch Superman 2 until I was older because I think I heard you guys talking about it one time, and I went and I watched it. Kneel before Zod.
Which one was the one where he went evil for a little while? Like where he split in half and like that was the evil Superman at the bar?
I don't.
Was that
remember
one or
that.
two? Or was that? Or which one was that? You know what I'm talking about? Where he like beats himself up in like a trash compactor, right? Like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one
I
that
don't
was.
remember which one that was, but I know what you're talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
I just remember when Man of Steel came out. Spoilers for certain parts of these movies. When I remember Man of Steel came out, and people were always complaining about how Henry Cavill's Superman killed Zod at the end. But when you watch Superman 2, they died. He
wait.
killed them.
What do you mean? Oh, they get put in the Phantom Zone.
Mm,
Yes.
If you
And
go
then he
back and
throws
rewatch
it-
that.
he throws
I watched
it.
a whole video on it on YouTube as well.
No, he
It
didn't.
isn't
He
still
didn't.
the-
He didn't put it back in the Phantom Zone.
Yes,
No, he
did.
didn't.
They're in the spinning glass.
No,
That was in
that's
that's
how
where
they
they
got
came
out.
from, yeah.
The spinning glass broke.
yeah, that's where they came
I
from.
thought they're back in it at the end.
No.
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't,
no,
I don't
no,
think
no.
so.
They died. He
He
killed
threw
them.
one down the empty thing
Yeah,
in
but they
the
died.
in
Oh,
the,
in the-
in the
Remember
Fortress of Solitude.
Remember, he took their powers away.
Yes,
They didn't have
because-
powers anymore.
because they were
The one guy
flipping
tried to fly,
sides.
and
Yeah.
then he didn't
Yeah, yeah.
fly. They
Oh,
died.
you're right. You're right.
I was like, why are people complaining about this? When literally, clearly,
I think
you
it's
want to know
because
why?
it was more
It's
graphic.
because there was super heroic music playing while that was happening.
No, but it was
Yes.
exactly.
it was
right.
also Henry Cavill like snaps his neck.
I know.
Also true.
I mean, there's a
Also
difference.
true. But no, the original Superman. What was the name of the guy that did the
There's
original Superman?
murder, and then there's
Superman?
The original Superman for Superman's 1, 2, and 3 and stuff
Oh,
like that.
the
Who- who's the
that was
actor's name?
involuntary
Was
manslaughter.
that Christopher Reeves?
That's it.
It was Christopher Reeves. So Christopher Reeves,
Yeah.
no, he
They
clearly
kill themselves.
No, 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 no.
Superman doesn't commit murder.
One
He
of them
commits
killed
involuntary
themselves.
manslaughter. That's what he does.
Come
I
on
don't know
now.
about
Get
that.
it right.
he clearly knew that what was going to happen when he threw that one guy down.
He did go back to the bar at the end of Superman 2 and beat up the guy once he remember
Yes, the guy that was picking on him. when
the
he
guy
had no
that's picking out when he
power.
had no powers.
He punches him and breaks his hand. Oh, I love it. The guy punches Superman, breaks his own hand. You know, you're sitting there in that theater. You're like, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Right out the bar. Get him
Yep,
out of there.
yep.
He was in the. It was the morning. The coffee place.
My favorite. That was my favorite episode of the Justice League. One of my favorite episodes of Justice League is when Superman gets teleported to the future
Yes.
and then he has no power because
Yes.
his son's dying.
Oh, and then the only person left alive is Vandal,
Vandal
Savage.
Savage.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite
But, like,
episodes.
Mine too, because Superman.
so
you
out
watch,
there.
You watch Superman like
He's still capable.
That's when everybody's like, well, if you take away Superman's powers, he's nobody. He's like, no, that's not.
Mm-mm.
He tames the
He
dogs.
survived
He
that
makes a
all
sled.
on his
He
own.
survived. Like he
That
makes
was the
it.
cartoon, right?
That was in the
Yeah, and he
cartoon.
makes it all the way to Vandal
He had
Savage.
the beard and everything.
Yeah,
And
which
everybody
was.
thought that he was dead, but nope.
But the amazing part of that was you got to see Superman without his powers still handle business.
Yep.
Which is cool. Which just shows.
Which is
that-
like, and that's why I hate when people are like Superman can't do anything without his powers. Like that's such a
That's
no.
always the Batman versus Superman argument, right? Well, if Superman didn't have powers, Batman would.
He's
crush
still
him,
a very
which is
capable
true,
dude.
But he is capable.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, we saw that from that episode. He actually has some field crafts. That he can get out there and
I mean, he's intelligent.
stuff.
He's smart. He's,
So if we
Yeah.
go to superhero series, what's one of your favorites? Now you guys know mine.
I
Dave
do.
knows mine.
yeah, I know yours. You're
The
small.
Flash. No, okay.
No? Smallville all day
I know,
long.
no,
I
Smallville,
actually
Smallville.
really like the original Flash.
I haven't watched that one.
Oh, I have it on
With
DVD.
what's his name? What was the actor's name?
John Wesley Snipes.
John Wesley Snipes. That's what it was.
That was pretty good.
I have
I'm glad
that
they
whole.
brought him into the Flash.
I am
for
very
a
glad
while.
they brought him into the
They
Flash.
brought him in several different roles
Yeah.
too.
I have the whole series on DVD,
Oh, really?
the original Flash.
It was pretty good.
It was good. I liked it. I mean, for its time.
Well, that's like the original Lois and Clark was good too.
Yeah, I have that all on DVD as
That
well.
was good.
Yeah.
I like it.
They canceled the one that was on the WB.
Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
Superman and Lois.
Because the guy that's running what's his face? It's one of the new DC studios.
Yeah, he's
James
revamping
Gunn.
it again.
James Gunn. He doesn't want any innovations of Superman outside of what they're going to introduce.
They just multiverse it.
That's what they've been doing this
I
whole
know,
time.
yeah, but
They've been doing that this
we're
whole
good.
time.
I'm
They're
good
they're
with the
they're
multiverse
bleeding the
thing.
multiverse dry.
I
Like,
know.
Just enough.
I'm
Well,
I was
see, here's the
I was
thing.
being as sarcastic as possible.
Listen, they
I'm
could
so
do a
done.
multiverse. Just stop doing a million crossovers with it.
Yeah.
Like have each universe be separate, like they were doing
Like-
with the shows.
And I didn't mind when they were talking about like Robert Pattinson's Batman. Like,
Mhm.
okay, well that's gonna
That's
be like an Elseworlds.
Elseworlds. Yep.
Like, awesome. That's a whole separate thing. It has nothing to do
Yep.
with like the
There's
main.
no crossovers
Okay.
into it. Yep.
Yeah, you just have to be careful because if you're flooding the market with Batman movies,
Well, I
again,
think they've flooded the market
people
with
aren't
with
going to
superhero
Oh,
movies.
they have, of
This
course.
is general.
People are a little bit exhausted of superhero movies.
Disney was like, "Yay, money rights, sweet," and threw
That's,
them all
yeah,
out.
it's been a while since there's been a really good like action.
Action movie, just pure
I
action
actually
movie.
just watched not too long ago.
Jason
like-
Statham just came out with a new one. Was The Beekeeper or something like that?
yeah, I would watch.
see
I didn't
it,
watch
yeah,
that.
yeah,
They
yeah.
come to
didn't watch that.
Netflix a lot.
I like
What's the one
the,
with the train, the bullet train
Oh, that's is it
With
called
Brad
Bullet
Pitt.
Train? It's
With-
called Bullet Train.
with,
right?
with Brad Pitt.
with Brad Pitt? That one
it's
was
actually
awesome.
funny. Yes.
I love that
Yeah, I
movie.
liked it a lot.
It was
Did you see
awesome.
it?
I only saw the one clip of him fighting what is it, Rosario
Yeah, yeah.
Dawson. I
No.
only saw that one clip.
No,
Now
the whole
that's
movie's
worth
awesome.
a watch. Yeah.
Oh
But it
my
was really
God.
funny.
Brilliant
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
really
He-
good.
and he did a really good job.
I
in
like
it.
that movie a lot.
Yeah,
I was a fan.
That's a watch again without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh yeah, yeah. 100%.
I think you're right though. It's called Bullet Train.
Right?
It was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Brad Pitt. You know he's
There's gonna be
he's
another
got some
one.
really good action movies. Like I love what's the Fight Club? I loved him in
Fight Club was
with
amazing.
I loved him in Fight Club.
Edward Norton was in that one too.
Yep.
They're coming out with another action movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney. The Wolves.
Oh yeah.
The Wolves. I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
It looks so good.
Him and George Clooney have been in so many movies together because
Tom-
the Ocean's 11.
Tom
and
Cruise
12.
the other
Well,
guy does also
those are all the
stunts.
comments.
Tom
Mission
Tom
Impossible.
Cruise does
Mission Impossible.
a ton of his own stunts,
Mm.
like crazy amounts of his own stunts.
He only does
For
his own
some
stunts.
reason, I don't
Just him.
watch a lot of his movies anymore. But when I do sit down and watch one, they're good.
He
Like I don't know why I don't watch
He
them.
like
They're good.
flew a jet.
Oh, did he?
Dude, he does
The
everything.
one scene in the most recent Mission Impossible where he literally drives the motorcycle off of the.
Oh no, that was
That-
him. I saw
that was him.
Yeah.
No, that was real. He literally drove a
He's
motorcycle
done-
off of a
he's
cliff
done
edge
so
and
much.
parachuted.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
good for him.
I remember
I
because
was
they were
like, are you
interviewing.
kidding me?
They were interviewing. Not. I don't think it was him. It was one of the pilots that had to like time their cross
Yeah.
path while he was riding. Driving the bike off.
Oh, was it a jet or was it a helicopter you're thinking of?
I don't remember.
Helicopter,
It
baby.
was a helicopter because that was in Mission Impossible Fallout.
He was
where flew a
strapped
helicopter.
to, like, he's been strapped to things, hung by his ankles.
My
Like,
my
crazy.
next thing I'm watching now is Reacher, but apparently he was in the original
He was
movie.
the
Reacher.
original,
The
but
movie's
he's
called
not
Jack
that- Yeah,
Reacher.
but people were
Yeah.
mad
People were not because
because
he's
he
not
doesn't
Reacher.
fit the description of the character
He's
at
not Reacher.
all.
But the character that plays it on the show is
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is
yes.
Reacher.
Okay.
The guy.
Now,
in the
I
show
heard that's
fits
a
the
good
description.
series.
That
So
is-
Yeah.
I just,
Oh, yeah,
very
I
good
literally,
series.
I'm on episode 1. So I've
The
got nowhere.
author, the
He's a
author's been on
monster.
Rogan's podcast a couple times. The guy that wrote the books,
Okay.
because he's a Navy SEAL.
Oh, cool.
Like, so the author's legitimately a Navy SEAL that did missions and stuff.
Nice.
And then now that he's out, that's what he does. He makes these books.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and he has a lot of input on the show. He had.
Is it still being? Is there still new episodes?
Yeah,
of
I
Reacher?
don't know.
The most recent season finished. I don't know if they're gonna make another one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it. It looks
So speaking of
looks
things,
interesting. Caught my eye.
speaking
Go.
of things to watch, fights tomorrow.
Who's in?
Fights.
Who's in?
Because speaking of Fight Club,
Well, you know what's awesome about what's interesting about this? And
First rule of
interesting,
Fight Club.
awesome.
don't talk about Fight Club.
So in our hometown,
Yep.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, because Islam Makhachev's fighting, right?
Okay.
All those guys are at Nicotines,
Really?
and they rented a house in Princeton.
Well, where are the fights?
Newark?
Oh, the fights are in Newark.
Yeah,
Has UFC ever had fights in Newark before?
yeah. Like 2 months ago, they did a fight night in Newark
I didn't know that.
Prudential Center.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We found out a little
so
bit too late to
literally,
try and
like,
get tickets.
right
They're
across-
like 2
so-
blocks away from us.
I was watching the UFC embeddeds, and it's all like I was like, oh, I drive past that every single day. You know, he's he's a competing school within our town, but not really because it's a different.
he's a
it's
training
it's
center.
a different thing than what we do.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy too.
Yeah.
But it's cool because like all those guys are like right here.
I mean,
And they
he's
rented a
straight up
house.
MMA facility.
They rented a house in Brick.
Oh, that's
so like
cool.
on USC and it's like Brick, New Jersey, Newark and Bedoff household or whatever. It's like
That's
Nuremberg
crazy.
a household.
Isn't it crazy? Like you see them, on,
Makhachev
you
residence.
see them on TV, and then like they're literally like around the block from you.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
But you know what I
okay.
was laughing at? It's like you
Well, they
have
had
to
the-
know New Jersey to find this funny. But so the fights are happening at Prudential Center in Newark.
Okay.
Fighter hotels, Jersey City. They ain't putting anybody up in
Oh, yeah.
Newark.
No,
Nope.
no, sir.
I don't even think there's a facility like a hotel in Newark where they can put them up.
Well, they're having the same conversations now about the World Cup that's going to be here because they were supposed to have it in like, Patterson or something, whatever.
Giant Stadium,
Yeah.
whatever it is now,
MetLife.
No, not
MetLife.
MetLife, which is that's where I was for the concert 2 weeks ago. It's beautiful there, but it's
Oh,
not
we
that.
went
yeah.
to several games there.
Yeah.
If you recall from previous podcasts, but we had a disaster of tailgating.
Oh, it was at Giant Stadium.
Yeah,
That was at
MetLife.
MetLife.
Yeah.
Look up, what was it? Title of the episode: Worst tailgate ever.
Link below.
Oh,
He did it. You've been linked below.
fine.
So add that. Yeah, but adding the link in the description is easy.
I just have to
That's-
remember to do it. Is all. That's the problem.
You've got it. You've got a mind like a trap.
But
Like
yeah.
a
I
trap.
don't. I can't.
I know, but I like
half
to
the
keep
time when I go
saying
to edit these podcasts and title them, I'm like, okay, what do we talk about?
I would
again?
have
It's like,
liked
dang it.
to. I would have liked to
Don't know
have
what
gone
we talked
to that.
about.
But I don't know. Go to those fights. Tickets are expensive. and
Once
it's-
in a while.
I think if we had known-
David,
if we had known
we'll
ahead
treat
of
ourselves
time-
and we'll just go.
Yeah.
If we had known,
Gotta go.
They're gonna do it in Newark again.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it like this is the and like I swear to
So
God,
who's
like 2
fighting?
months ago. So the main event is Makhachev and Dustin Poirier. That's the
Ooh,
Diamond
Dustin.
Poirier.
Man, he's been on a hot streak. So
Well, and this is he said like if he gets the title, he's really thinking about retirement because
retire on top.
because that's the only thing left.
but if he
that
doesn't,
wants
he's
to
still
do.
gonna keep going.
He wants to keep pursuing the belt.
He didn't get it yet.
He's never held an undisputed world title.
Oh, he had
He had
an
an
interim
interim.
championship.
And that's
so-
the one thing. So he said, I told my wife, when we were just dating when we were 17, I had this crazy dream of being the world champion. He's like, I've accomplished so much of my career except that
world
I've never been the undisputed champion.
How old is he now? 30.
I don't know,
He's getting
but
up there.
he's getting up there, and he's had a story. I mean, he's already a Hall of Fame. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah,
definitely
Hall
gonna
of
be in the
Fame
Hall of
worthy.
Fame,
without a doubt.
but he's never held an undisputed title.
Mm.
But Makhachev's, that's a real. That's
Yeah,
a
you're
test.
gonna earn it. Without a
But
doubt.
all the Dagestani guys are right here in Brick, New Jersey.
That's it. Don't. If you see a guy with a chin strap beard,
Run away.
just wave and offer him a coffee. Keep going.
But yeah,
Don't
and
get
then
We
don't take
don't
don't
like
take the
coffee
grappling
here.
invention.
Sean Strickland's also on this card.
Oh
Again,
really?
Yeah.
Didn't
Oh, I
he
didn't know
just
that.
fight?
No.
No.
He's fighting.
He hasn't lost.
He just lost his title. Yeah,
Mm.
but that was a while ago. He's fighting. Give me a second.
I'll give you 2 seconds. Done.
I'll give you 3.
I always
That's
forget
a
his
lot.
name, and then it comes back to me in a minute.
It's been longer than 3 by
A
this
guy?
point. So
No, it hasn't been.
3 seconds.
No.
More
It's
than 3 seconds.
Oh my God! I was just talking about this too. Pull it up. It'll come to me. He's Paulo Costa.
Got it.
He's fighting
See, the pressure.
Paulo Costa.
The pressure was on, and you came through in the clutch.
Yeah, he's fighting Paulo Costa.
It's 302 tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Because 303 is McGregor return.
Oh wow! And so many people are excited. Nobody really excited about it. Like, whatever.
I'm sure there's people. that
Michael
are
Chandler's excited for it.
I'm
He's been
sure there's
waiting for this
people-
fight for-
I'm sure there's people that are excited. Yeah, I'm sure there's people that are excited. Just not us. I'm excited to see Michael Chandler fight again.
Yeah.
But kind of
He's-
going like,
yeah, It's so
nah.
tough though because like he's a good pick for Connor because he's notoriously gets
He's
hit
got the mouth
easily.
for it. Yeah.
He gets hit easily. Like
Oh, well, the last time we saw Costa fight was actually a great fight too for him.
I like Paulo Costa. He's funny.
But he hasn't won in a while. Though, I
Ian
feel.
Strickland was like, dude's funny. I like him, but we're gonna make each other bleed.
Yeah, well, he's
Well, that's how it goes.
his last fight was almost all stand up too.
Yeah,
that we watched together.
Which was a dumb idea.
He threw out the opening pitch for a Mets game though. Pablo Costa, like this time around.
Okay.
Did he?
Oh, it was awful.
Oh,
And he
no,
was joking about it. He said, "Yeah, I can't throw."
But
It went way to the left.
They had McGregor throw one. And
Yeah, it was
like
awful,
Mike-
too.
It looked like Luca throwing it. It was just like, yeah.
Hey man, these fighters—they're not designed to throw baseballs. They throw
I guess
punches.
not.
Yes,
They only
not.
throw punches and kicks. It's the only thing they throw.
Well, now you know why.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna make it in baseball. Oh yeah, it's a decent sized card.
What else we get?
Is it one that we're not getting home until 2 a.m. again?
Oh yeah, that's right.
looks
Kevin
like
Lee's
it.
fighting. Kevin Holland. I forgot Kevin Holland's
Yeah.
fighting.
You say that last name real quick. Go ahead.
No, I refuse.
Say it, Michael.
No,
Oleg Shiaz.
they were all joking about that last name because really, like Bruce Buffer's earning his money that day.
Like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Come on. You know he's gonna like try and fudge through it. Michael Oleg
He's like, can we get more Smiths and Jones in here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who are
come
you
on.
guys training?
He'll do like the whole like where this teeth like inflection in his
He'll
voice and all the
spend
syllables to hide it.
a good
I
15
wonder
seconds
if
on
it-
That's what he
Michael.
did for Joanna
I wonder if
Jacek.
he's like, I wonder if he gets paid more. Like, if he looked at all the fighters, he's like, I'm gonna need another 20,000.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Like,
that's definitely
you
a 20.
think I'm pronouncing that name?
If you want that to sound sexy,
There's 12
I need
consonants in that name.
Some G's.
There's 12
There's
guys.
12 consonants in his name. Here you go. You gotta get paid more.
Yeah, he's got a picture.
What
of it.
is this?
Not even a letter.
It's a chemical equation for boron.
That reminds me. You guys ever see the Key and Peele skit where it's the North and South Bowl?
Yes.
The North and South Bowl.
That's so good.
And they got a whole bunch of different names. And then I was watching that when it was airing on TV. So it cuts back to them in like the audience place. And Key goes, so we got the idea for that skit from learning about a Jets player named DeBrigashaw Ferguson. Who names their son DeBrigashaw? It's like putting a bunch of letters in a bucket and go, see who falls out.
No. Someone was choking on like a piece of toast. When like, what do we name the kid? Oh, well, probably. There's just what? Did you just write something down?
Yeah, there's some
Brigashaw
names
it
out
is?
there, but I'm wondering if Bruce Buffer looks at the name list, the roster, and he's like, I don't know, man, I'm not making enough for.
Can you imagine like he
This
gets
one.
paid like a minimum 120, but
It's like,
then
you're
they
already
go to
making me
level
pronounce
bonus?
Oh, yeah.
Makhachev.
If he's
and
like,
Nurmagomedov on
that's
this.
a heavy Dagestani card. I make extra for these.
Yeah,
Where's my
another 80.
Dagestani bonus?
Exactly. You know what's funny? I can see that conversation happening.
You
Like,
do
you
it.
want me to make these sound right? Like, I'm gonna need a little motivation here because that's gonna mess up
Yeah.
my entire vocals for the next show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 3 jackets for this one.
I lose my voice when I say Magomed Sharipov.
Yeah.
Magomed
Yeah, because he's not just saying like we are. He's got to sing that.
He has to
tune.
say that thing.
That guy retired. He's a doctor now.
Oh, really?
Well, that's
Zabit. Zabit Magomed Sharipov. Remember that guy?
I do.
He was Dagestani, but he fought like a karate guy. So he's not heavy in the wrestling. He's beautiful stand up.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Yeah,
really didn't see him
he-
wrestle too much.
He went out on a win, and he was just like, okay, I think I'm done with this. I'm going to be a doctor now. And that's what he's a doctor.
Listen, there's a man who can just take what he wants, right?
It's
He
like, all right.
knows That's where I'm going.
Yeah. I
Wow.
go
He's
from
like,
breaking,
he's like, I think I'm
I
done
go
getting
from
punched in the
breaking
head.
people. I go from breaking people to fixing people.
Well, that's what it
This
is.
is
Right?
I mean,
good job.
that used to be the old, martial arts.
You know what he
thing.
did? He created his own demand.
There you
That's it.
Yep.
It's like, what do you mean no one's hurt? We'll get him there.
go.
We'll get him. You need a doctor, trust me.
It's good. I'm looking forward to the card.
I would be that would be so funny if he was one of the ringside doctors for some of the events after that.
Oh, I know.
And he's the one
right?
that gets in. He's the one that comes into the octagon, and like tries to determine if they're fit to fight or not.
It would be great if he did it at someone that he
beat.
fought.
Yeah, that he beat. Yeah.
He's like, no, trust me, you'll be good. Just you're done.
Are you beaten as bad as I beat you?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you're
he-
fine.
He's not
can
hitting you
continue.
even half as hard as I hit you.
You can continue to fight. You're
Get
fine.
back in. Make money. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know. So it's a pretty stacked card. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey,
Yeah,
man.
man.
We had I worked for a bank that had an office in New Jersey, in Newark, and you needed to go in. It's the ATM machine, and you talked through the tellers. Now this is probably 12 years ago, through a camera. Then
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
you didn't go into like the
So my-
branch unless you absolutely had to with an
Well,
appointment.
that's where my
or otherwise you
that's
just
where
in
my
this room.
parents grew up. My mom grew up in Newark.
Oh, okay.
So we used to go to Newark all the time.
It was it still is. It could be a beautiful city.
It
just
could be.
Needs some love and care.
My cousin just took a picture outside their old apartment complex. My grandparents, the four brothers, all owned a complex, like several apartments on the brownstone, but it was
Nice.
across from a bar. So I always remember when we would go spend the night at my grandparents' house. They have
You're
all
never
those
going to sleep.
railroad apartments where you walk down. You have to go through
Yeah.
every room to get to the end room. But you'd hear liquor bottles and like screaming, and you'd hear it all night.
And that was just your grandparents. Forget it.
Exactly. But yeah. So, but that's why I found the hotel thing funny because I'm like, yeah, Jersey City, they're not putting these guys because Jersey City's pretty built up. So they're like,
Well, it's rolling now. They're having it roll right into Hoboken, which is nice,
Yeah.
you know.
but they did their best to like, yeah, we're not gonna put these guys up in Newark. Can you imagine like a hoodlum like trying to mug Khabib Nurmagomedov?
Yeah, it's not even for their safety. It's for the safety of whoever makes the wrong decision on the
Like,
sidewalk.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you know. I remember there was a video recently where some lady was yelling at some guy, and yelling at another girl who ended up being a UFC fighter, and she's laughing. She's like, do you know who you're talking to right now? Like take your stop being a Karen, slow yourself down, get out of my face. You're gonna get yourself hurt.
Oh well,
And
that was Mackenzie Dern.
Yes,
That was Mackenzie Dern. That just recently happened.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it was like a
laughing.
road lady. And she was like yelling at her. Mackenzie's like, yo,
Yeah, and she was laughing through it.
chill out.
And she was
I
laughing.
don't want to hurt you.
Yeah. Oh my god. And I think the best part was she was like laughing out loud.
Oh,
to
yeah,
herself.
yeah.
She's like, I really don't want to hurt you.
And because Debbie Bagby, the fitness girl,
Mhm.
I like a lot of her workouts. They're like good friends, and she's filming the whole thing.
Yes, she was there. Yep.
Because they work out together. And
Well, not
so
only
she's-
that, God forbid something really did happen. You have to show that she tried her best. They'd be like, I don't want.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean that's why these altercations are so silly because you just don't know
And you don't know
who
who
you're talking to, what they
they've
know,
trained. Yeah.
or if they have a weapon on them.
Exactly.
You know, you don't know.
You can't tell at all, no matter regardless of age, gender, male, female, whatever it is. You're not gonna know what someone has in their arsenal, or where their head is at.
I had that one time many years ago, driving. I was crossing over a lane to turn into a grocery store,
Okay.
and this woman turned in a way where she wasn't supposed to. I had to slam on my brakes, and I honked.
Okay.
Think nothing of it, right? Honked. She threw a gesture of some sort at me.
I'm sure it was that wave.
I didn't think anything of it. I parked my car.
She was still there.
So as I parked my car, she was going into the same place. So she parked her car and she gets out of her car
God.
and she starts walking to my vehicle.
Oh, boy.
Heated.
Yeah, because she didn't have enough with just a gesture.
And I'm like, so I rolled down my window. I didn't even get out of the car. I just rolled down my window. And she starts yelling at me. She's like, I had the right of way. She's just calling me some names. She did not have the right of way, by the way. But that's okay.
Or the right names.
So she's yelling at me. She's yelling at me. She's yelling at me. She catches her wind. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she looks at me puzzled because I said it just like that. I said, are you out of your mind? She said, what? I said, what if I'm a crazy person? You just got out of your car and walked up to a stranger's car. What if I'm a nut job? And I think that hit her. Because
You were trying to help her out.
She started looking at me and then she's like,
Are you a nut job?
Like what? It's like what if I was a nut job?
And
Yeah,
then
like,
she
what if
like
I was
started to
crazy?
walk back to her car. That's why I purposely didn't get out. But I'm like, I said very calm. I was like, well,
What are you
what if I'm
doing?
crazy? Like,
I got to get him
what
a
are
car
you
that says
doing?
certified nut job. Be like, look, I'm even certified.
No,
Yeah.
but like, there are plenty of people that would jump
this
out
could
of
go
that
bad for you.
car and be like, I was like, what are you doing? She had to be like maybe 18. She was like a young, but all I kept thinking was, who taught you? Like,
Yeah, car etiquette. Like,
like
it happens.
that's one of the first things I
do
remember.
your motion, give your finger, and
It's
keep
one
walking.
of the first thing I remember like being told. It's not what. Don't get out of your car. Don't approach your vehicle.
No.
Like, are you out of your mind?
The
You don't know
vehicle's
what
your
you're
biggest
approaching.
advantage, first of all. You definitely
I just remember. I vividly remember just as she's walking up to my car, I'm going, she's crazy.
Yeah.
So I didn't get out. I'm looking at her going, are you nuts? And I think it might have been the calmness that freaked her out.
Yeah, you didn't get pulled into her.
It might have been the calmness.
cyclone.
Now I'm looking back at
That
it.
might have been
It
what
might have been
triggers
the
the noise.
It might have
Yell
been the
back.
fact that like as she's screaming at me, I just went, "Are you out of your mind?" Like,
Do you know anything
like-
about me?
it's
You
like you
should
have
go back to
no-
your car.
oh man,
This isn't going to be good, possibly.
It's
Like,
like,
you don't
what
know.
is happening?
Yeah,
Like,
you
what
really
happened?
don't.
Yeah, like what happened if you were just out of your mind?
They're out there. There are
You know
people
what?
that will
Yeah.
get out of their car, and they don't
Attack.
care who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Out of their minds.
No, I had years ago, I was selling life insurance. This is eons ago, right? When I first graduated college. And there, I had to go to an apartment complex, and this apartment complex lobby was loaded with guys that should have all been at work or at school, and they were
Great.
not. And one guy opens up a window like in the middle row of this complex, and I'm in like a blazer, right, and jean pants. And
He's
they're
like, would you like to buy some life insurance?
This dude was like waving me, and he goes, "Yeah, this is definitely the place you want to be, little tiny guy. Come on in here." And I was like, "Yeah, there's a lot of you, and I don't know none of that. Nothing. I don't know any. I have no idea what you guys are carrying, what you guys have,
Yep.
and you have a lot of free time on your hands. You should all be at work." Like,
Yep.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna reschedule. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you opening the door for me. All 15 of you.
Yep.
And I was right back in that car, and I'm like, and my manager was with me.
He
at
got
time,
into
and
the
he
car, started filling out his own life insurance policies. Get
I
this
mean,
in.
you were the beneficiary, so it worked out.
Sign this now.
I looked at my boss, and he's like, "Good call. Let's get out of here."
Yep.
And after that, I didn't have a gun with me, but I had a knife with me at all times in the car.
Oh yeah. Well, situational awareness is like one of the
Got
best
to.
things you could have.
100%.
Just I mean, doesn't matter what you know. Situational awareness.
If you don't, if your gut ain't feeling it, turn around, get out of there. Absolutely, you know. It was that was a funny one. Not as good as your lady yelling at you. Different setup.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple. Have you had any scenarios yet?
No.
Good.
That
Nice.
could be. I mean, could you just imagine if that was Nurmagomedov in,
Yeah.
in Newark? Send the
Come
location.
in, come. We have door for you. And I'm good. You're
Send
all right.
location.
Yeah, exactly.
Send
Exactly.
location.
Yeah, family, the life,
Oh,
life 360. Do you know where I am? Find me here. Come pick me up now.
Yeah, it's a crazy world. You don't want to be out there.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, if you get out of a property or a house or a restaurant, like people are like around your car, go back in that property.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
call the police. Like, I need you to get me to my car because I don't know what's going on.
It's
Yeah,
Newark is one of
depends,
those
yeah.
places. Oh,
Newark
there you go.
is.
So in Newark, I was selling life insurance for a little while in Newark. While I'm in an appointment, we had to stop at the appointment because the lady's car got stolen. I was in the appointment. with.
My grandfather's
Wow.
car.
She's like, "Oh my God, do you hear that?" And we go outside, and there goes her car.
No joke. My grandfather's car was stolen like in my childhood memory at least 4 or 5 times.
What?
He lived in Newark.
Oh, what kind of car? It doesn't matter. Really.
He used to drive like he liked big boat like cars.
Okay,
Like
the
old school
Cadillacs.
Cadillacs
Yeah.
and Buicks and things like that. But yeah, what they found one in Florida. They found, all the time. It was like
Yeah.
there was a run where like he had 3 cars stolen. I was like, what? Like, and I remember being a kid like, what?
Well,
That happens?
Short Hills Mall was big for those.
He had
That happened?
they got the club. You remember
And
the
he
club?
Oh yeah, the club.
No, after
They
like the
still took
second or
it.
third time it was stolen, they got the club and he started putting the club on, and they would do it right. Like I vividly remember them because they would come down like on the weekends, putting the club on as they're parked in my parents' driveway. I'm like,
You know what it is? Habit now. He's just in that habit.
I don't think. I mean, at that time we were like the safest place in third safest place in the world, right? Like we were pretty high up there, back in New Jersey at one point.
We talk about it now.
Right, in the nation, third in the nation.
We talk about it now because we, again, in the schools, we'll talk about how folks don't really take any safety precautions because we're in a town that doesn't feel that need for it, right?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I'm like, it's good when you live in a town that doesn't feel the need for extra security and metal detectors. That means you're in a pretty safe community. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, but do you want to take that step? Maybe
My
at least
mom's-
one of
my
those
mom's
steps.
school.
Yeah.
So I said my mom grew up in Newark. Her school had metal detectors when she was in high school.
Oh, they pat you up and down in
like,
Newark.
Yeah.
Full,
Oh yeah.
Full body search. They even nowadays, I think they have the clear bag rule, where your book
have
bag
that in
has to
Lakewood.
be clear. Yep.
Clear. You got to have a clear backpack. You need to see
man.
what's in it.
They were giving out the fanny packs at one of the fairs
Yeah.
for the local country station, and fanny packs were clear. They had to give out the clear fanny packs.
Yeah.
So it's I don't think it's a bad thing. I see the need for it, and I think it's the best chance they can. It doesn't guarantee anything.
No, there are no
helps out.
guarantees in life. The only thing they can guarantee in life is that Crocs are comfortable.
Yes. Yep.
It's the only guarantee in life. The comfort of a Croc.
Crocs are bust. Done.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it, man. Listen.
We did do our Murph in Crocs too.
Yes.
We
What
sure
Crocs you wear?
did.
I wore my American flag Crocs. He wore the ones he's wearing right now.
How'd you feel with the gel?
Oh, I used these last year as well. These are probably. I don't think I'm going to do it in a traditional pair of Crocs. I think
The
I'll have
traditional
that in
pair were
this.
way more comfortable than he gives credit for. I swear to you.
I
Very
believe me,
comfortable
sure
on the
they
run.
can be comfortable, but I think that these are better for running in.
You haven't run the other ones though.
I don't like it.
You
know-
haven't done it. You don't know.
We
Don't
might
like
be
it.
able to do next episode, guys.
Mhm.
And folks, put a comment in if you're still with us and you wanna see this next episode. I think we need to do our Croc run through. I want to. You have enough pairs of.
Well,
almost
we want to
every
determine which
style.
one's the best for mitts. That's a video.
Well, you said you wanted him to guess which one is which, or like go over each style or something like that.
Well, I think we need one episode where we actually introduce each style and start like educating our audience and ourselves.
We also got to
on the
remember
different
there is
styles.
audio only listeners, so if that would work.
Well, we
with
can describe
audio, I guess
Well,
so.
Talk about it a
I
little
don't know
bit.
how descriptive you think I can be.
I
Yeah.
can help. I'll be descriptive.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it'll be like the beginning of the episode.
I like your movie bracket.
Yeah, maybe we'll stick to that.
No, I do want to do a video with
All the different types of Crocs.
So one of two things next week: either we start the Croc walkthrough, or we start Gibbet games.
So we're
well,
just gonna.
I
take
mean,
the movie
well, that's
bracket
the
and throw it
Gibbet
in
games are gonna have
trash.
to be a video too. I mean,
That has to be a whole separate.
we
thing.
have to separate this all out from the podcast.
Well, first, this needs to be scheduled.
Yeah, it does. It does.
We just scheduled it sometime after today.
Great. That's
Done.
awesome.
You're
Let me
welcome.
know
After Sunday. After
Let
Sunday.
me know when. I'll be there.
Done. Well, the good thing is my traveling
This
is
is
now
not on me.
my traveling is now
You travel in
complete
Crocs
for a while.
when you go to the airport? You wearing Crocs?
I have them not for the airport. I have them for the hotel.
Bro, are you out of your mind?
like
They're
it in
great
the
for
hotel.
airports.
No, I don't have to take my shoes off because I'm
Old.
my back goes out if I bend down.
They're
You know
like,
how
oh, he's over 60. You can leave those on.
it is. Yeah.
When it's 60 or 70, they let you leave the shoes on.
they
Because
just
we
look
all
at
know
you. They
nobody
just
after
look at you.
70 commits any crimes.
Never.
You hit 70,
Apparently, it
you're
doesn't
good.
matter what job you're in, even if it's a high political job. If you're old, it's okay.
Yeah, because the excuse always, he's just old.
So you got
always
that
the
special
excuse.
I fly a lot, so I don't have to.
TSA pre-check. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
have TSA pre-check, you only have to. You don't even have to take. You don't take your laptop out, and it depends on some airports still want it out anyway. But you don't take your shoes off. Depending on the belt, you don't have to take your belt off, your watch, all that stuff. You
What
can keep it all on.
amazed me by that is they call it TSA pre-check. You pay for it.
Yeah.
There's no actual. We've checked you earlier. We vetted you earlier.
No.
It's like
No,
here's
yes you
some-
do.
here's some money.
No. But when you pay for it, you have to submit forms and you have to go for like an updated whatever, fingerprinted, all that stuff.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah. You don't just pay for it. You have to get that stuff done. You have to go to the office and get that stuff done. Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm not. It's not difficult stuff. And could you easily not care once you're at the airport? Sure. I mean, they only do it once, and then you have it for 2 or 3 years before you have to renew it. And when you renew it, that's done digital, so you don't go in and
There you
get
go.
checked again.
There you go.
You just got to get that initial TSA pre-check under your belt.
There you go. That's that.
Yeah.
Then there it is. That's
Oh,
how
I
you.
gave you all the tricks. There you go. I just gave you all the loopholes. Just get past the
I
initial
just, I
test,
just remember
folks.
getting on the plane as a kid when you had to do none of that.
You were the funniest yawner. He was just yawning, but he was squishing his entire face when he was yawning.
He's
So
trying
it
not to
wasn't
yawn
like
on camera.
this. It wasn't like this, but it was like it was like iron clawing himself.
Great.
I just had this. I just had
now
this.
look what you did.
I did just have this conversation with one of the parents at the school. Husband and wife, younger couple. She yawns. She works till 5 o'clock. So she comes right in midway through class.
Okay.
And I was talking to the dad, just checking in, and she come in, and then like she yawned, and they got into conversation. Apparently, when she yawns, she can't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, that's crazy. She's like, you people could. She's like, wait a minute, you can hear when you yawn. I said, yeah. I mean, it's a little lower, but I can absolutely hear
Yeah.
everything that's going on when I yawn.
Yep.
And she looks at her husband, and he's like, yes, I hear everything that's going on. She's
After
like,
all these
"Really?"
years,
Oh my
I
god.
was
We've been
like, she's
married
like,
for 47
she's like, I didn't. I
years.
I
thought
bet she
everybody.
yawns when he talks
She's
a
like,
lot.
I thought everybody just didn't hear
like he
anything when they
yawns
yawned.
all
I
the
was like,
time.
no. No, you're a weirdo.
It's funny because she's always
Then
yawning
she was
when her
Googling it.
husband's talking.
She's Googling. She's like, yeah, the muscles contract. And I said, yeah, no. I mean, things get a little bit quieter,
I've never even noticed.
but I can absolutely hear what's
No,
going
I
on.
hear all the time.
Yeah, I never noticed.
Yeah, the whole time when I'm yawning.
Crazy, right?
Now, if there's someone talking to you that is obnoxious, you notice your hearing go in and out there.
Still hear you. I just yawned right now. Still heard every word you said.
I heard nothing
Very
you said, so perfect.
Interesting, right?
I'm sad that I heard every word he said. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah,
That is interesting. So definitely, we want to introduce something different next week a little bit.
yes,
I like it.
I agree.
Maybe a good
Whenever
gym
there's
level.
time where we don't have like a topic, we should have some games ready.
Well,
just
we're
in
going to have
case.
Kelsey on soon.
Right. Look at her excitement.
Yeah.
It's got to happen,
She
Kelsey.
She almost
the
did a
fans,
backflip.
the fans deserve it. They've earned it.
The
They've
fan
stuck with
deserves it.
us.
Oh, no, it's fans now. We've included Anthony.
All the bots, the entire bots family. Why do we just?
Did you
Because
What just happened?
You just glitched a little bit.
because I feel like we're like Anthony does listen, but there's
Yes.
also Sue Bots listens all the time.
Yes.
Love it,
There's-
Sue.
We have a whole bots clan that listens.
We have to have a bot special. I
So
think.
it's
We should have
Bots
a bot special
and
episode.
charity.
Yes, I like it.
And
we
Will,
should have a
and
special.
Will too.
Will, big time. You're right. Will, does it
Will
all the
Big
time.
Time.
That's his
Is
name.
that what
Will
we're
Big
calling
Time.
him now?
Will Big
Oh,
Time.
Will Big Time.
I just picture him in
Hey.
like a
That's a
three-piece
good
suit,
name.
getting out of a limo. Like,
That's
hey,
a
that's
good-
Will Big Time.
That's a good to the ring
You've
name.
been
Will
watching
Big
too
Time.
much professional wrestling.
I love it. Steve likes it. Steve likes it.
Will Big Time.
Will, we're gonna get you a robe that says Big Time on it.
Well, it's
Done.
time to kick this crock into comfort mode, I think.
Yes, it is. We've
Big
gone
time.
off the rails.
Big time.
Really,
time.
it's big time. Yeah, it's
This show really should have been done in Nick's basement.
no,
I
late
thought
night
about
ramblings
it.
part 3.
I thought
Exactly.
about
Late
it.
night ramblings part
Hide
3.
it in the basement.
I was gonna say maybe we should go to Nick's house.
Is that
tonight.
what I should call this one? Late night ramblings part 3 or no?
Is it only part 3? I feel like
Yeah,
we've
this
got
is
a lot of
part
those.
3. Well, I found titles for all the other episodes.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know. So I'm
This
saying.
might
Yeah,
be
this
a
one's
rambling
all
one.
over the place.
Oh man, we had no rhyme or reason to this session.
we have a
at all.
couple options.
No rhyme or reason.
No, we're gonna call it
Newark,
Yo-
and why you should go there.
Newark and why you shouldn't go there. There you go.
to
Right.
hear or not to hear.
That's the
That
title.
is the yawn.
That's the title right there.
Oh,
Right there.
so in House of Ninjas,
Mm.
first episode,
He yawns.
as Steve pointed out, now there's Kickin Crocs.
Mm-hmm.
Is he getting Crocs?
There's
Yep.
Kickin'
Is,
Crocs.
is he kicking?
One of the family
No,
members.
he
Nope,
did not
Not
kick.
yet.
I'm hoping that maybe there might be. There might be a fight scene in a Croc.
It was one of the kids. The kid was the kid of the family that's been like sheltered from their ninja lifestyle.
Mm.
So I don't think he knows any martial arts at all.
No. But he was rocking a Croc.
I'll tell you, we have to introduce some Crocs in Ohio. There were not a lot of Crocs in Ohio, and there's a lot of guys just kind of like randomly walking around that could be really comfortable in a Croc. So,
If you're in Ohio,
let's do an Ohio roadshow in Ohio.
I have to do a roadshow period first.
You know, when I start traveling again, maybe we should do like zoom me in from location.
Sure, if you want to do that, yeah.
We're here with Nick on the streets.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God, that'd
yeah.
be great.
You just got to remember to
Do you
bring your
wear
microphone
Crocs?
with you.
Does anybody? Oh, that's easy. You can throw that right in the bag. Do you enjoy
Sure.
Crocs? Stare at them awkwardly. Stare awkwardly at them. Like, sir,
Do you
I'm
enjoy
eating.
kicks?
Yeah. Do you like?
The
You like-
kid cereal? Kid
For-
tested?
yeah.
Mother approved? No.
No.
Martial arts kicks.
Yes. You mean the TV show from the 80s?
No.
Sidekicks, man. All right. I think we can do
Is it
that.
time?
We can make that happen.
Okay.
Yes, it's time.
Oh,
Go.
All
we
right,
can
we
make that
love you
happen,
from the
yeah.
bottom of our Crocs. Good
We
night.
certainly do. If you have not already, please make sure. You know what? I might just cut it off right there, anyways.
No.
No.
Then why do you
Please
try to
like,
end it
please
there?
like and subscribe. The links are below.
See, why do you try to end it so quickly
Ring
that
the
if you
bell.
don't want to do the full outro, then?
5-star. 5-star.
I don't mind. Are you trying to cut
reviews.
it down? Is that what you're trying
Add
to do?
No,
subscribers.
I'm trying to annoy you.
Share
Oh,
with your
okay.
friends.
I thought you were actually just trying to
listening
get it,
to
like,
these
done.
old Bettys talk in the background as I'm trying to tell you to share,
No.
share,
He's got to
share,
start from the
and
beginning
like.
again.
Oh, we're doing this again?
If you have not already, he's just over there doing it. If you have not already, please make sure that you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Kickin In Crocs, KICKIN.in.crocs. I'm doing it now?
CROCS.
Okay, I was going to say, you usually do it. Subscribe to us
Do
on
we still have a
YouTube.
TikTok or is that banned yet?
Not yet.
Oh, it's banned.
Oh,
I have no idea.
I still have access to it.
We're black
subs-
market TikToking.
Right? Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast and comment below if you have any opinions on any of the various topics that we talked about tonight, of which there are many. So please feel free to comment because it helps us out in the algorithms. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you're listening on audio only, you should give us
5 of whatever they offer. Most likely stars.
I was going to say that could be spun
5.
in many different ways. By the way,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
5
could
of whatever
be.
they're offering. They're offering 5 mochas. They're offering 5 different pairs of Crocs. They're offering 5 different kicks.
Just take 5 of them. It's fine.
Yeah, just take 5.
Do it. Take 5. Relax.
5
Enjoy
minutes.
the moment.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're focusing on the road,
Yes, indeed. Yes, please focus on driving.
Good night, everybody.
You have to say the other line.
I did say we love you from the bottom of our Crocs.
There you go.
Or
You're saying it
Shibuya.
in order. No,
Or-
no, what you just said was good. Until next time, I've been Steve.
Always Dave.
though. Still Nick.
And you stay kicking, Internet.
Kickin'.